It's a house truck. It's a house on a truck. 2 bedrooms, we've got a bathroom, we've got a working kitchen. It's nice to have a bath. 5 years I've been floating about in that. With all the debt that comes to that, I think that is unappealing to everybody now. Okay, this is the house truck. Come and have a look inside.
Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're meeting up with Simon, who's built a super unique house truck.
It's absolutely incredible what Simon's built here, so stick around to see inside and let us know what you think. Is this the queen of camper vans? We hope you enjoy. Back to it.
I'm called Simon. I saw a frame in a field and thought I wanted to build a camper, and then through going ahead with it and looking at the issues that you have when you build campers with weight, I just thought, well, I don't want a problem with weight, so I put it on an 18-tonner. I think before van life became a big thing, I almost imagined it as running away with a circus, and I wanted my own ringmaster's living quarters, and I wanted to pull up in a village that we were visiting and have somewhere comfortable. And I think because of van life, it's made it more capable that you could do a pub stopover. So I'll park it in a pub car park and go and have a few beers and then spend the night there. Or there's lots of farms around the country. But I don't have a fear of where I park it. I'll park it where I want. It's taxed, it's insured. And as long as it's legal to park it there, then so be it. It's my country. I pay my taxes. I don't have a fear in parking. People don't like it, then I'm not there for long, so it doesn't bother me. I wanted a wood burner because you can't beat an open fire. I wanted a bath. I wanted a proper toilet. I didn't want to sit on no chemical toilet. I want a proper toilet. So you make a list of everything you could possibly want and you like, and you do it. And luckily I had the skills to be able to do it. And that's what I do for a living. I build very unusual things for people. So I saw the frame in a field, and it was an old carriage railway box that they used to travel with, put the Royal Mail bags in, or a cattle wagon. And it had had a fire, and I said to the guy, I loved the shape of it, the curvature of the roof, and it was just a metal frame, fire damaged. So I said to the guy I'd like to buy it, and thinking that he'd give it me. He'd charge me 150 quid. So I used what I could, where I could, and then just literally built it up. And then 1 in 2 bedrooms, 1 in a bathroom, 1 in a proper kitchen, and also a space that when it is raining like it is today, you can sit inside and put the fire and be very comfortable, you know. But then if you did want to go and have a nap, you can go upstairs and you've got your own space. So it worked for me with my family to do it this way. The whole project evolved, and then once I'd built it, then I had to lift it onto the back of the truck. And I found a truck, not expensive, the truck, I think it were about £3,000. I managed to negotiate the guy. The gearbox was knackered, a few bits and pieces, but once I've done the work, the truck cost about 7,000, I think. This is Banjo, and this is our house truck, Queeny, that we use when we're working away. Don't we, Banjo? Carry my tools in it. We shouldn't tell everybody on YouTube that, but they're not worth nicking. They're knackered, my tools. It's a house truck, so it's a house on a truck. The name says it all. So yeah, you've got 2 bedrooms, you've got a bathroom, we've got a working kitchen, full living room. It took a while to get the name. I looked at various names, and I think names find you. They used to make the old stoves, the old gypsy stoves were called Queeny, which I knew, and I just saw the name and I thought, you know what, it's Queeny. It's an 18-ton DAF. The dry weight weighs about 14.5 tonne, so we've got about 3 tonne left for water, tools, motorbike, bicycles, beer, It's 4.5 meters high. That's the clearance that I need. I think it's about 13 meters long. It's long enough. So underneath all these panels here are the wells where the frame's welded on. So because it's a travelling vehicle, it has to move, it has to flex. So you can't do this for a moving vehicle and tighten it, because you'll end up with cracks and it just won't travel. So the whole thing lives as a living object, really. Do you know what I mean? It's worked perfectly. Through here, this is just my access to my 650 litre water tank, which feeds the bath and the sink and the toilet, because I wanted a proper toilet. This is a hot water boiler on demand, so you just turn the tap on, you got instant hot water, which is gas, where I carry the gas to 13 kilo bottles there. So there's enough capacity for me to pull up to do a job when I'm working away for 2 weeks and not need anything from anybody. And this is what you call my church window. I've always loved stained glass. I wanted to let the light in but give privacy, but also give some colour. Rather than choosing one colour of glass, I chose every colour they could possibly supply, and textures. The best thing I've used is CT1 in black, and it's held it perfectly, and it gives some flex, which is what I'm talking about. Something moving and vibrating has to flex. So that's what I used to fit the glass in there. And what, 7 years, never needed to go back and do them. This is larch. You hang it basically with these stainless steel pins. So what you've got is your larch, then you've got an air, what they call an air bridge, and then I've got a breathable membrane, then 50mm insulation, then marine ply, and then whatever feature the wall has behind it, tile or other materials. It keeps the elements out basically. Yeah, this is our gas bottles. So I carry the gas here, all with regulations. You have to have mesh at the bottom, 2 13 kilo bottles. We use it for the cooker and the boiler. Sadly, the truck weren't long enough to do a little balcony at the back. I got these railings actually made up, and then these were all warehouse steps that I just put a hinge on, and then some checker plate just to give a bit of grip. I've got a flag holder there when I fly the British flag, which I do very regularly, and just a reversing camera there just to see when I hit something, I know what I've hit. This is the entrance we tend to get in when you're in a field full of molehills, and then in the summer we basically use the patio side. And I got them doors from a school that had been demolished in Colchester. Just that door, and then put the stained glass in again at either side. Kept the letterbox. Haven't had any cards yet, but you never know. This is a plastic 45-gallon drum, and that is literally a drop for the toilet. I think 45 gallons is about 200 litres. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I can get 2 weeks worth of waste in there, so that's our black tank. And all I do is it's gravity fed. I thought there's no need to have a pump, or it just flushes the toilet, drops into the barrel, releases a bit of air, and then I pull up to a cesspit wherever I am, hook the tube on, open the gate, flushes away, I don't see anything. Bob's your uncle. It weren't long enough to put an extra room in, so I went up, and then it's based on the old style of the railway caboose that they had, where the engineers stood on the back of the train to watch for any smoking breaks, and that's where I got the kind of profile for it. I could have continued the whole roof, but that'd be a whole lot more weight. I'd probably be at my limit of 18 tonne. But it's enough, and it's beautiful when you sleep in that room in the morning, because you tend to see, well, you're 4 metres high, so it's like you can see the wildlife at night, you can see the sunrise, sunset. It's lovely to go up there and have a nap. It's a good sturdy balcony, and this slides in, folds up. It's only built out of scaffolding poles. All this is building site material that I just found an idea and a solution to put in a patio. We used to have a bigger patio, but we never really used it, you know. So it's perfect here to put shoes out there when you go in. On the roof I've got, that's a chimney from the wood burner, and then I've got a 400 watt monocrystal solar panel. At this time of year it doesn't put enough energy back in. I mean, it's efficient, but because I use it all year round, I need to have that reliable power. So yeah, an extra panel will go on and a new DC to DC charger. So this is the other side. This is a garage. Carry my spare wheel in here just in case I get a puncture. It means that I can get somebody out in a van to quickly swap it over. And they're a special tyre because they're smaller, so it keeps the height down. So they're what they call a low profile. Normally on an 18 tonner the tyres should be up there, but they're not, they're there. And then just the garage here. So very simple setup, and I can get my tools in there, and that's it. And we've got a fog star. I can't tell you how big it is, but it's big enough. 3000 watt inverter. That's the old DC to DC charger from 24 to 12 to recharge it, but it doesn't like the new system, so I'm going to replace it, upgrade it. And that's it. And the boiler down there, pump. That basically runs all the comforts that you want, really. Yeah, I can get all my woodworking tools in there when I go to a project. If I need to live in it on site. And I also have, we have our bicycles in there. This is basically an underslung more storage. This tends to be our summer box. And not only this, you can use it as an extra bedroom if you want. I reckon if I put a window in there, you'd be able to sleep in here. But yeah, that's our other storage in there. Another Kadak there, I love Kadaks. I built this for me, for what I like, and the biggest shock I ever had is when I pulled up to Aldi to do a bit of shopping in North Norfolk, and I came out and there was a crowd of people around it, just stood staring saying, what is it? And I said, oh, it's my camper. I didn't realise it would attract so much attention, but I didn't build it for anybody. I built it for myself, and I used things that I love, materials, and I built it for me. People that don't like it, I'm happy they keep away. And normally people, it attracts attention, which that wasn't my intention to do. But you can imagine, you don't see something like this every day of the week. Okay, this is the house truck. Come and have a look inside. This is the patio area, outside patio, as you can see, where I normally crack this open, sit there, have my coffee. And then here we've got a wood burner. It's really nice, cosy. Put the coat rack behind it, so when it's been raining and it dries the coats off perfectly. And then that's where our wood is. We've got storage under here, and then we've got more storage where we have spare towels, drawers, booze drawer, looking a bit light, but that's where we keep our alcohol. And then there's just other drawers there for personal items. So yeah, this is our lounge, which, oops, what am I sat on? Sat on a camera bag. And then this is what we named this room after one of my other dogs, Olive. So that's the Olive Suite, or Olive's Nest. We can shut these doors either side for a bit of privacy. And then I just put windows in it to just pass a little bit of light through when it's shut, you know. But yeah, it shuts up and you can have it all closed, you know. But yeah, I got a queen size bed under here, which is a simple frame, built the lats, made the beds myself, and it's just a sprung mattress, which is ever so comfortable. And then I've got stained glass windows there, which is beautiful. Banjos loves it up here because he gets to look at the whole place from there. It's one of the nicest places to sleep because at night when it's all lit up, you just sit up here, you can see the fire and just look down. It's lovely. We've got space for a table there that we put in as well. So we have a table that just slots in here, these holes, and we normally have a few games. We'll have dinner here sometime. These are my extended family. We've got Bobby, Buffalo, Rasta Buffalo, the hare, Harry the hippo, Ronald Rhino, Eric Emu, Deborah the zebra. When the wood burner dies off at night, you know what it's like getting up in the morning, it's freezing. So we put a little night heater in that I just flick on to, and it just keeps it at a really good temperature, about 20 degrees. Just a diesel heater. Chinese, Japanese, I don't know. But yeah, it's just a diesel heater in there. Like I said, you want privacy, but you want light. And I wanted to bring some colour into it. And this gave me the perfect, and because I couldn't decide what colour I wanted, I just went for every single colour and texture that I could find and just put it in, and it's beautiful. It still gives the privacy, but it gives a lot of light, and when the sun shines through it, it just reflects multitude of rainbow colours in here. It almost feels like you've reborn, you know. It's biblical. It's beautiful. It's the best, one of the nicest things I've done, that really. Well, decisions that I made to put it in. The shape of the roof, actually, you see the resemblance then with the original frame, which was an old burnt out railway carriage. And that's the thing that attracted my eyes to it. I love the curvature of it. It's almost like a shepherd's hut, but it's a lot subtler, if I could say that. It's more sweeping, you know, less curved. And these are the stairs again. These are pretty much similar to the steps at the back from an old warehouse step ladder. You got a good solid handrail. So yeah, you can get up pretty easy. You just have to watch your head, but you have to watch everything. And I'm not a small guy. Then these are our last dogs, Olive and Henry. So we call this Henry's penthouse. I normally sleep at the back there. I stay in Olive's nest. But sometimes if I'm snoring, my wife will come up here, or we have friends normally stay up here. It's cosy, it's lovely, isn't it? But yeah, it's big enough. There's a window there. There's access there to the roof through that window. And then there's windows all the way around, which, to be honest, some people say, oh, I don't know if I'd like the privacy. But do you know what? If you want to stand and hurt your neck looking at me getting in this bed, you're welcome to it. I don't mind. This, actually, I put on hinges as a table, and I had visions of having a bath and my wife serving me cold beers. When I told her, yeah, this will fall down and you can just pass me cold beers, she said, there's no way I'm serving you while you're having a bath. You'll get your own beers. So I sacked it. I screwed it back up and left it shut and thought, yeah, that's not going to happen, that. And then just basically a little bit of a stud wall, paneling on. And I've lined the inside as well with the same material as the roof to give it that, so it matches, you know. And this I salvaged from a skip. It's unbelievable what people throw away. I said, I'm having that. When I'm driving down the road, especially at night, you can just hear a ding. So it sounds really spooky, my wife said. So this is our kitchen. It's just a galley kitchen. So under here we've got usual under sink stuff, cleaning products, our bin, and then butler sink. Obviously you've got to have a window where you're washing up. So these open up, which lets in the air. We cook a lot outside in summer, so in winter we'll have, my wife's done a full Christmas dinner in here. Absolutely perfect, all the trimmings. I do wash up, this ain't a man and woman thing, but my wife tends to wash up and that's what she does. And I tend to cook, that's how our team works. And so I did a lower countertop for my wife because she don't want to get her hands like that. So I lowered this countertop for her and I raised it up for me. So when I'm chopping, I'm not straining my back, you know. I can perfectly do it here. So that's why I've got a split height, it's because that's the reason. This is all salvage wood. Charity shop, found that, loved it, wished I could have found two. This is just a Thetford oven which works perfectly. I've got storage for pans under here. Usual Dometic fridge, 50 litres, plenty. 240 volts for when we want the toaster on. Like I said, we've got more than enough power now. So yeah, these are our doors that we put our clothes in. We've all got one, even the dog's got one. We've just got our hats for summer. We used to hang shirts up there, but to be honest, it's a wasted space. I'm going to change all this and redo it and put some optics in there. We never have enough money to put in a safe, so I'm going to take that off. So yeah, this is going to be eventually a bar area. This is the bathroom. Little nameplate for people that don't know what it is. We've just got a sliding door. Bathroom here, proper flush toilet, sink, brushing the old teeth. And then this is the bath, so we've got a shower here. I'll sit on the toilet while I talk. It's nice to have a bath, and it's especially nice to have it in the middle of a field. So I'll sit in there, have a bath. My wife will jump in the water after me, or vice versa, and we tend to have a bath at a weekend, and it's lovely to have a bath. It's an old whiskey barrel that I cleaned up, varnished, stained a little bit, restored these little lugs and reshaped it, and then lined it with fiberglass. 5 years I've been floating about in that, and it works. Simple little plug, and yeah, it's nice to sit in a bath because you can sit up to your neck. So yeah, great. And then just little things we picked up. That's Mark the shark up there who watches you. It's a home from home when you're working away, and comfortable, you know. It's my home. I feel very peaceful here.
Any regrets at all with what you've done here?
I didn't do it sooner. Do you know what I mean? I didn't do it when I was 20 because I should have done. Everybody should do it, because freedom and living without the noose around your neck of being robbed. For a lot of young people, the opportunity to have a van and live in a van, or live on a little bit of land, eco-friendly, are doing no harm whatsoever, rather than move into some housing estate and be mortgaged for the next 35 years with all the debt that comes to that. I think that is unappealing to everybody now, and hopefully we'll get a change in this country that is less government and bureaucracy and more freedoms to choose the way you want to live and how you want to live. It's got to be done. We need to have a different mindset, and I think that's coming. And I see a lot of hope and promise with people and a generation that are doing this kind of lifestyle, and think, yeah, they're showing other people that it can be done, and done very well. There's nothing I miss in this place that I would have in a house. We've got the biggest garden in the world. Just have a look out of my window. I can walk to the coast, and you know what, if I don't like it here, I'll just put up the steps an hour down the road and just park up, and I've got another view, and that for me is priceless, and I can go where the work takes me. When I actually built this truck, a lot of people asked through it that could I help them with their project, and you know, I'm very, very flexible to come get a project up and running and then help people along the way. I'll work with people or for them, you know what I mean? And something like this doesn't have to cost the earth, you know, you just have to have an idea on how to do it, and that's what I do for people. So yeah, generally people get in touch with me through Facebook. So if anybody's got a project that they need help with and need some assistance on getting it, whether it's a glamper, a camper, trailer, anything that you think that my input would help you along the way, then please get in touch. You can get hold of me on Facebook. The link will be in the description. Yeah, the link will be in the description. And you can get in touch with me, and I can help you with your project along the way.
Alright guys, thanks for tuning in there, and a big thanks to Simon for sharing the story and showing us around.
Make sure to follow Simon and also get in touch with him if you think that he could help on one of your projects. All the details will be down below in the description. And let us know in the comments what you thought of that video, and if you want to see more like this, make sure you're subscribed. See you in the next one.